What is up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Welcome back to America First I'm Asia Branch. I'm the host of this podcast and founder of America First I like to call myself a creative studio because I produce cartoons. So make sure you head over to the America First AI Network Substack. But I want to talk about the recent news. And I know this is crazy because literally I posted an episode talking about why I support Marjorie Taylor Greene and why I think Nick Fuentes is on the rise because a lot of the things that he says, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been pushing for in Congress. And literally right after that episode dropped, I go to my YouTube feed and what do I find out? Marjorie Taylor Greene has decided to resign from Congress, and January 5th will be her last day. Now, I promised to try not to get angry, not to get loud, that I would, like I said, I would try. That's the only promise I can keep. But I'm angry. I'm angry that she's resigning. And let me be clear, I'm not angry with her. On the contrary, I understand why a person would resign from Congress after everything that she's gone through these last couple of months fighting to release Epstein files. Honestly, I literally had a conversation with my twin sister earlier today about it, and I was telling her, I went on a rant about it, but I was telling her how angry I am with the people and the machine. And it's starting to feel like we, the people, are not deserving of decent leaders. We're not deserving of good leaders. And I don't just mean that about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Personally, I think the machine is why we don't have Kristi Noem as the vice president right now. I think the machine went after her and people on the right went after her because she shot Cujo. But she would have been the best person for the job, in my personal opinion, over JD Vance. Why? Because during the time of COVID shutdowns, every country shut down. And she was the only leader in the entire Western world who didn't. That made her better than Governor DeSantis. It made her better than the Texas governor, Abbott. When they needed jobs filled, she didn't go for H-1B visas. She did ads that people criticized her for. Ran them across social media. I remember them. Plumbers, electricians, people to do taxes, agriculture, cybersecurity. I watched every state of the state union that she gave a speech for. Since her people gave her a parade for keeping the state open because they saw across the world every leader violated the rights of their people and she didn't. But no, she shoots Cujo. And we don't get her as vice president. Megyn Kelly criticizes her for getting hair extensions and Botox or what have you. Mind you, Megyn Kelly did admit that she does do Botox. She goes to New York for it. I don't know if she was being sarcastic when she said it on a podcast, but that's why she's not the vice president, in my personal opinion. And I said then that I was angry about it. I said then that the machine went after Kristi Noem, and that's why we don't have her. And honestly, it's people like Megyn and Tommy Lauren, and with all due respect to Judge Pirro, she was one of them. I said our country is soft. You pretty much get the daughter of John Wayne, who respects her people, and she believes in young Americans, and she's not the vice president. All because she shot Cujo. And I said then that I don't think we are deserving of good leaders. But I put that aside. Stayed the course of MAGA and America first. And let me be clear, I'm still America first. But I am so angry right now because for the first time in my lifetime, as far as I can remember anyway, as far as my being politically aware, which has been since 2017, I will argue. So when I really started paying attention to policy and politics, but mainly policy, particularly at the federal level. For the first time in my lifetime, that as far as I've been aware, we have a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and Marjorie Taylor Greene. She literally runs for office to do two things. Two. To go to DC and to tell them all that they suck, that town sucks, that they suck, that they're killing Americans with their I don't even care about. I'm cussing with their shitty policies. That was the one thing she had to do. And the second, to do what was best for her people. And come to find out, the things that she was doing for her people would have benefited all of us. Ending H-1B visas, that would have been good for all of us. Especially my generation, who are sick of mass migration. She's leaving because of this last battle she had over the Epstein files, which should have never have been a fight in the first place. She won it. She won. You don't go 10 months fighting against it. And then all of a sudden say, I'm all for it. Get out of here. She won. Trump took the knee in that fight. But she's called a traitor, and now her son is getting death threats. Now, I believe her when she says she's not running for other offices, and I pray to God that that was sincere and that was the truth. I'm hoping that when she does resign, when she officially leaves, she doesn't run for any offices unless it's a local one. Maybe she's running for like local House representative or a local or state Senate or something, which I think would be okay. In fact, I think she would be better focusing at home because this country does not deserve her. This movement doesn't deserve her. We can't even defend her when our leader is wrong. No, we have a bunch of Trumplican loyalists who have unwavering support and loyalty to this man. When the point is the mission. I've been saying that in every episode, that it is the mission we should be loyal to, not the man. And that Marjorie has been sincere, and now she's resigned. And January 5th is her last day. I'm mad. Gosh, we're not deserving of good leaders. We don't deserve Kristi Noem. We don't deserve Marjorie Taylor Greene. The sacrifices that they're willing to make, their own peace of mind, their own sanity, their own privacy. As much as you can have in a country like this, with all of this technology and invasion of privacy that the federal government is doing. We're not deserving of them. This country will go to hell in a handbasket because we are a part of the problem. We are. We criticize a woman for taking accountability, for playing a part in vile rhetoric. She takes accountability for it. And she's called a traitor because she goes on The View. She goes into the lion's den, and instead of criticizing these women, instead of insulting them, she tells them who she is. That no, it's in fact that you all have been lying about me, and you probably believe the lies been told about me. So I'm here to tell you who I am, why I ran, what I think, what I believe. Oh, no, she's sounding like a leftist when she says weak, powerful Republican men. Well, who's in power? Who's in power? So what? You guys now all of a sudden she's a feminist? Are you kidding? Because she pointed out the truth and pointed out the obvious. Our leadership are rich, wealthy, powerful, Republican, who happen to be men. So what? Because she didn't just say Republican leadership, we're mad? You want to pick and choose the words and take it apart and call her a leftist and a traitor and all these things? We are undeserving of Marjorie. We deserve people like Jasmine Crockett in office because we're shitty people As a collective, as a group, as a country, we are terrible people. We are undeserving of good leaders. We just are. Now, let me be clear. I'm personally a kind of woman who doesn't believe that women should have leadership roles in government. I don't believe a woman should be president. I don't believe that they should be governors. They have to be exceptional for me to even make that kind of a concession that a woman should be in a leadership role. They have to be a Rosalind. Christine O.M. is a Rosalind. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Rosalind, in my opinion. If you guys don't know who that is, I suggest you watch Battlestar Galactica. And then you get it. I'm mad. And I hope she goes out with a bang. If those Epstein files are even a little bit redacted, I hope she reads every name that she knows. Because she'll still have the protection up until she leaves. I hope she drops the metaphorical mother of all bombs on that house floor. So that way we can get at least that much. Honestly, I'm surprised. I didn't expect her to resign, to be quite honest with you. I mean, does anybody ever resign from Congress willingly? They all want to make money. But she was wealthy already. She was Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. She went there for 2 things. And we don't deserve people like that in Congress. We don't. No, you guys want to be subservient and have unwavering loyalty to a man. That is Trump. Now, before you guys jump in my comment section and say, well, you're not sounding America first. No, I am America first. I'm just acknowledging that we have a problem as a people. We don't deserve these leaders. We don't. We don't even deserve Thomas Massey. We don't deserve Nancy Mace. We don't deserve them. No, we all liked it when Marjorie was clapping at Jasmine Crockett for her fake eyelashes and her fake weave and her fake nails. And honestly, her just being what feels like, a phony with this, ghetto personality that she was trying to play. Which I do see she's trying to dial back because she realizes it's a huge backlash even from black people. I'm so mad. What is the matter with America First right now? Oh, the Civil War. It's war. It's civil war amongst the right. I don't know. This is not a rift. This isn't just a disagreement. Trump did this. The left didn't. He did not have her back. But for 5 years, she had his. Is that not loyalty? So she disagrees with him? And she gets called a traitor? And then, like dogs, they all bowed before him and listened to his orders. Brandon Tatum, she is a traitor. Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, all of you. And I'm going to tell you right now, America First, I'm going to tell you this right now. If those are the people that you are listening to, if those are the people that you really think share your values and and they want what you want, then I'm right when I say we are undeserving, because that is who you think is right. Bunch of foreign loyalists. They want you to be there for Israel. We can all be objective about Ukraine. Don't send another dollar there. But we say it about Israel. Marjorie says it about Israel, and it's a problem. She says that the Epstein files that this is a big issue. It is. We are a nation under blackmail. Epstein worked with the CIA. He worked with French intelligence, British intelligence, Mossad, Israeli intelligence, cutting deals for people. Mike Huckabee is having hidden meetings, secret meetings with Israeli spies that, according to the press secretary, the White House did not even know he was having. What? But Marjorie, was the traitor because she said it like it was publicly, told Trump what she thought to his face, on the phone, on social media. There was no secret agenda from her, but she's the traitor, not Mike Huckabee, the man having secret meetings with Israeli intelligence. What? People coming in the comment section, oh, she's a traitor, she'll betray us, she will vote with the Democrats. Are you kidding? We are undeserving of good leaders. Gosh, we are such a soft country. We are so soft. So soft that when you get someone who has a backbone and stands up for what is right, for what the people want. She had Trump's back for 5 years. She ran for office because the Republicans failed him. That's why she ran for office. Because they were failing America and they were failing him. That's why she ran. That's why she won. And she's leaving because of this. Because Trump fought against the Epstein files. I'm mad. It's like every time there's there's a great leader, we lose them. And it's pushing me more and more closer and closer to the extreme side. Closer and closer to where Nick Fuentes is. Like, I already agreed with him with 90% of the things that he was saying. But now at this point, I'm like, well, what the hell is the point? If we can't have leaders like this, if we're undeserving of leaders like this, then what else do you do? All I can think of is war. I just saw a video, and I know this may sound like it's out of left field, but just stay the course with me here. In Mexico, and this blew mine. In Mexico, I just watched a bunch of Mexicans like literally fight against their own local law enforcement to try and get into their Capitol building to go after their president because they are sick and tired of their government. They're sick and tired of the so-called gringos coming into their country. They're tired of it. And they went to war. They're literally ready to go up against their president. They're ready to face down their government. And all I could think to myself is, why aren't Americans like this? What happened? Why are we so soft? There's so many laws on the books. So many laws that were forced into being so civil. Men just aren't manly. They're not John Waynes. They're not. And our politicians are no Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Marjorie was. Christy Noem. She felt like the daughter of John Wayne. Like, I felt like that is a woman who would be the exception to run for president, because when the machine said shut down, everybody did except her. When the machine said that we need to stop talking about the Epstein files, Marjorie didn't. Now, I know there are 3 other Republicans that were vocal about it, but not like Marjorie. I believe she led that fight. She did it. She led it. I'm so disappointed in America First right now, and I'm angry. I don't think we deserve good leaders. We are so soft. And we're so foul that we let them do this. We let them cost us a good leader like her. A good representative. She wasn't a politician. She was a representative. She represented her people and the will of the America First crowd, of what we really wanted. Trying to get the president to focus more on domestic issues and saying it. The president is not focused on domestic issues. He's focused on the world, and that is obvious. He wants to boast about a 10-month, about how great he's been for the past 10 months. Are you kidding? You've been around the world. You just sent 40 something billion dollars to Argentina, the other MAGA of the world, getting more involved with Ukraine, staying involved with Israel. Want to bring in 600,000 nationals from China, H-1B visas. This isn't America first. And she calls him out for it. But she's the one who goes. She's the one that we criticize. She's the one that you all said to me in my comment section would betray us. We're the ones who need to look in the mirror as a collective of individuals, but nonetheless a collective. If what you believe is that America should be a Christian, America first society where opportunity should be for us first, always, then the person you should have been supporting this entire time should have been Marjorie, because her actions spoke louder than whatever previous words she said that you were all telling me she said. Actions speak louder than words. They showed me who she was in the last 10 months. Spent her own money for her own campaigns, for Trump's campaign, millions of her own dollars. Never bought by any lobbyist. The only one not bought and paid for by any lobbying group. But we lose her because one man called her a traitor, and we let him. And no one with a big platform had her back. Meghan. No one did. I'm furious. You guys, I'm at this point where I don't care what you all think anymore. Say what you want in the comment section. I really don't care. I liked her. I thought she was a good leader, a good representative for her people. I thought she was representing the real America First values. She was saying it like it was. She was telling the president what we really wanted, to not be involved in regime change wars, to stop doing what he's doing in Venezuela, because we don't want regime change wars, to focus more domestically, and to stop fighting the Epstein file release. That we need to know this. This tells us everything we need to know about why our country is falling apart. This country is going to go to hell in a handbasket if we don't start defending the people who are actually representing what we want. Stop being Trumplicans. Stop being this loyal dog to him. Because he pats you on the head when you do good. But when you bark at him, he wants to smite you. And we let him do it. I'm angry with Trump right now. I'm angry with him. He is not doing what we want him to do. Okay, so yeah, for 10 months, I've been doing this. 500,000. 12 million came in. You want to bring in 600,000 nationals. Oh, I'm going to end this protection over the Somalians. About time. You should have done that day one. What took you so long? What took you so long? Could have been because you were so focused on the freaking rest of the world. Now you want to take the advice of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Your poll numbers are going down. You're realizing mass migration is a huge problem for young people, and you're doing exactly what we want you to do, to get these Muslims out of our country, to get these illegals out of our country, to stop letting them change the demographic of our country. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Round of applause. You're finally listening. Because you damn sure weren't before. I'm sure this last fight was like, she was done. Threats to her children? Are you kidding? And because she's a woman, I can't even fault her for leaving if that's the reason why she left. I would love for her to do an interview. Personally, I hope she gives it to Tucker Carlson or to Candace Owens. I do not want her to give it to Megan. I just feel like Megan was a part of the problem. I give Megan some credit, standing up for herself when it comes to these attacks coming at her for going after Israel in some regard, or at least the Israeli lobby in our media. But I can't give her credit for this one. I think she was part of the problem. I think she was part of the problem for why Christy Noem isn't our vice president right now. And again, it's so ironic because, again, I'm not the kind of person who says I want a female president. I don't. They have to be the exception. The exception is a Rosalind from Battlestar Galactica. And Christy Noem kind of meets that standard for me. Marjorie Taylor Greene kind of met that standard for me when she was willing to go to war with the man who believes that he created MAGA. He runs around saying that he's angry about the No Kings protests and all this, that, and the third. And he acknowledges that he's no king. But a man who says, I know what MAGA wants, I built it, I created it. Well, that sounds like a monarchist attitude. Sounds very narcissistic, which we all knew he was. But come on. When someone is telling you that you're doing something wrong, you don't smite them, you listen. She loves you. She supported you for 5 years. And look what that support got her. Look what that loyalty got her. Death threats to her children. No peace of mind. I cannot defend Trump. This idea that, this rift is happening because Trump's reign over the presidency and all that stuff, that it's ending. He can only do this, but for so long. It's like, but it was never about him. I mean, didn't we realize that though on January 6th and 2020? Excuse me, January 6th, 2021. Did we not realize that? When Trump said to everybody to go home and no one listened. You know why they didn't? Because it was never about him. It was always about we the people. It was always about what he would do for us. We knew they stole it, that they stole the election and they handed it to Biden. We knew that they did. And I know all this evidence have come out that there was a lot of agents in that field, that there was a lot of entrapment going on. I get all of that. Doesn't change the fact that you still followed those suckers into the White House. And the reason why you did it was because they stole it not from him, from us. It was never about Trump. It was always about we the people. And that's why you got led like sheep to the slaughter during January 2021. That's why J6 happened, because we knew they stole it. And they knew we would be angry. They knew we would be riled up. And they knew that if we had just a couple of people that did it, which is why they had those agents in there, I think they're the ones who led the charge into the building in the first place. But why you followed them in there? Because it was always about us. They stole it from us. It was never about him. Hell, even when the man got shot, this wasn't about him. It was, they're shooting the champion. We chose him. They are shooting him because they know that if he gets in there, we all thought, making a freaking martyr of a moderate, they thought that we would be scrambling, that we wouldn't know what to do, who should be our president, who should be our pick, that we'll just have to deal, and then that will be how Kamala Harris takes the presidency. Or how they can get some puppet in there as a Republican. That's why they took a shot at him. But it was not about the man. This is why we didn't give a damn about his dirty secrets, about affairs and all that stuff. This is why nobody gave a damn about any of that. Because it wasn't about him. It was the fact that he would be a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. That he could win without all of their money. That he didn't have to be beholden to anyone but we the people. That was why we were sending him. It was never about him. And all these Trumplican loyalists need to get that. It's not about him. So when Marjorie says that he's effing up by focusing on the world, she has every right to do that. And because she loves the man and supports the man, it was constructive criticism, because I know she tried to tell this to him in private. And honestly, I believe her when she says she's not trying to run for governor, that she's not trying to run for Senate. Honestly, I think she's done. She's over it. This was the fight. This was where she decided to plant her flag. This was the hill she was going to die on, the Epstein list. And it's a lot. It's a big deal, because this does tell us if we are a nation under blackmail. I think this is the linchpin that brings down a whole lot. And I'm telling you, if they redact it or if they hide information and Marjorie knows something, I think she's saying it on the House floor, and she's going to drop that metaphorical mother of all bombs on the country right there on the House. And there's no turning back, and she'll have special protections because she would still be a representative. No one could sue her for defamation. She'd have that protection, and we would know. And that's how she should leave. Go out with a bang. Metaphorically speaking, got to say that. Especially when you're angry, because you're going to start thinking that you're threatening people, and I'm not. I'm just saying this is the problem with the people. We get so caught up in the man that you're not paying attention to the mission. That we get so caught up in our leaders' private lives as if we give a damn. What are their actions as leaders? Is it something that tells us that they are for us? Yes or no? Did it matter that Christian OM shot Cujo? No. What mattered is that she kept her state open, so that her people loved her so much that she got a parade outside of her house. Her people did that. Gave this woman a freaking parade because she respected their human right to pursue happiness, to live a life. She didn't violate everybody's rights the way everybody in the Western world did. Even DeSantis, they shut down. Okay, well, he only did it for a couple of weeks. You mean like a month or two? But he shut down and still did that stupid social distancing crap. No, what she did was keep people informed. You'll make your own decisions. This is the problem with these are the people who are most susceptible to dying of it. Pre-existing conditions. When people were informed, they made decisions. She recruited a crap ton of young people across the country. Every state of the state. She was talking about how the tax revenue had been growing, even though she had cut all these taxes. Like, what? How is your state making money? And you've cut all these taxes. A baby boom, abortion was down. That means young people were happy. They were buying homes. They were clearly in love and happy because she had a baby boom. And because we know 99% of abortions today is because people can't afford them, she wasn't having that problem. Abortions were down in her state and when she was the governor. But she shot Cujo. We all love her dogs. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. She did that. She's trying to be like the men. No, she was raised by a John Wayne dad. Pay a couple of $100 to put a dog down. A dog that's killing the livestock. A dog that's attacking the neighbors, her children, her. The neighbors let this dog got to be put down. I'm not spending $800. You know how much money we're going to need to, you know how much that money we can use for our own home or our children or our crops or our ranch or our farm or whatever. We can't accept that might be the truth. So we don't have her as the VP. What happens the next time some crap like this happens? Who's going to be in Trump's ear? Trump wants to do these visas. Where is J.D. Vance to say, no, you don't need to do that. You can fast track these young people. Oh, we can't take young Americans. We can't take these Americans who've been on unemployment for 5 years. What? If she were the vice president, she could say, Mr. President, we could just totally just launch all these training programs like that. We could just do that. And they would be in these jobs, cybersecurity, agriculture, all this, that, and the third. You don't need H-1Bs. She would be saying that because that's what she did in her state. But no, we don't get that. We don't get that. Because why? Because Megyn Kelly and a lot of the people who were so-called MAGA were like, we don't want her. So shallow. If this were the 1800s and she shoots a dog, no one would have left or right. No one would have said nothing. No one would have said anything about her shooting a dog. It would have made sense. Oh, because we're so civilized. It's uncivilized what she did. Uncivilized. She's trying to be a man. That's what they said. You know, she's a rancher's daughter. She did what a rancher's daughter would have done. Put the dog down. Don't spend a couple $100 to do it. Shoot the dog. Hell, I live in Texas. When I was dealing with some crazy ass dog who I pretty much nicknamed Cujo, if I had a gun on me at the time, I would have shot the dog. I would have done the same thing she did. No, we don't get these leaders. Or we get them for a little while and then we lose them because we let the machine do what they're going to do. We don't speak out against it. All of these new media, all of these platforms. I hope one day I can meet Marjorie Taylor Greene. I hope one day I can meet her in person and I can say thank you as a woman who is not her constituent. But I'm so grateful for what she did do. And I would tell it to her face, we did not deserve you. We didn't. She risked a whole lot. She walked away from her own business, which was successful for the most part. I mean, Congress freaking sucks when it comes to Main Street small businesses. Period. They only really focus on these big businesses, big corporations, and they don't care about small businesses. But she did. You know why? Because she was one. They don't care about young people and protecting our opportunity and the American dream for us. They are okay with us, owning nothing and being happy. That's the thing that they're trying to sell us into. Or that's what they sold us into 1913. Here you got a woman who's telling them that that's the problem and we don't get to keep her. I would tell her how grateful I am to her for what she did do, for the fight that she fought, for the hill that she chose to die on politically and metaphorically speaking. And she won. She won this fight. The fact that this vote even actually happened, the fact that the files are going to come out at all. Now, what they look like, honestly, I think she's going to do something. I think she's going to do something. But man, I want more of that. I want more of that. I want John Wayne's. People who have brass, people who are unapologetic, people who are not loyal to a man, but to the cause, to the mission, to the dream. What is that? What do we want? Because maybe I got this wrong. Maybe there is a difference between MAGA and America First. Maybe Nick Fuentes is right when he says that. Maybe America First and MAGA are not the same thing, and we are at war with MAGA. Maybe Make America Great Again is not actually America First. Because she was standing up for America First. On every battlefront. From what I can tell, these 10 months, which, if you ask me, matters the most. Y'all can say what you want in the comment section. You literally can. Tell me every bad thing that she's ever said, every bill that she's ever voted on under the Biden regime, everything that she agreed on with the Democrats. But you're not going to convince me that this woman was not America First. When these last 10 months, all she's been trying to do is say, we need to stay out of the rest of the world and focus domestically. Where Trump has been all over the damn planet. Wanting to send soldiers into African countries. Are you serious? Stop that. Deploy the military across this country and get the illegals out. Get these mass migrants out. End the visa programs. Consider it null and void. Get these student visas, work visas, all kind of visas. Get them out. Do something. She says this and she's gone. And we let them do it. No one said anything. PBD didn't. Megyn Kelly didn't. Brandon Tatum didn't. ABL didn't. No, they all said, well, ABL and Brandon were like, oh, she's a feminist. She's a traitor. Benny Johnson, even, he didn't stand up for it. He's got this whole housing initiative. But where were you when she was saying that this is a problem and he's not focused on it? You weren't defending her, Benny. No, you were criticizing her for going on The View and saying that she's being attacked and that we have a weak Republican, powerful men as our leadership. You came at her for that, Benny. I'm furious. Yeah, I'm angry. I told you guys I promised I would try not to get loud. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm pissed. I'm angry. And I do think that a lot of this is because we are not deserving of them. We get another leader like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care in what package. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They may try to run, but the machine won't let them win. Because our side just won't back the extremist that is a candidate like Marjorie. I mean, let's call a spade. She is extreme considering what we're looking at with the MAGA, so-called MAGA, I should say. These are moderates. They're moderate Republicans. They're old guard Republicans. They're never going to let a Marjorie Taylor Greene type of candidates have the majority. Male, female, won't matter. They're never going to let that have the majority. They're never going to let them have the majority of state governments. They're never going to let that happen. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think this country's going to hell in a handbasket. Do I think that means we should stop? Do I think we should quit? No. I do think we march to our doom. And I think because we're not all on the same page of what America First really means, we need to be prepared for the fail. Because we can't agree on what the mission really is and what the desired outcome really is. We can't make that decision. We can't figure out what it is that we want. Nick Fuentes definitely said what America First wants. He said it out loud. Project 2025 laid it out right there. That's what we want. At least America First does. If we're starting to believe that I'm like I said, I'm starting to believe that MAGA and America First are not the same thing, and that these people like Brandon Tatum, like ABL, like Benny Johnson, like these these so-called new media elites, they're MAGA, not America First. Full stop. I think the Hodge twins are America First. I didn't really see too much of their commentary on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have to go back and look at that. So if you guys can tell me in the comment section if they said anything disparaging or disrespectful or in agreement with Brandon Tatum and all these people when it comes to what she said, criticizing the Trump administration, then let me know in the comment section. Because so far, I haven't seen any of that from them. But I'm mad. I'm angry. And honestly, if you're really America First, you should be too. Like, I should not be the only one angry about this. And remember, it's not toward her. It's toward us, the people in this movement, and it's toward our leadership because they're to blame. She didn't resign during the Biden regime. She didn't resign then. She resigned under Trump. And that tells me something. That tells me that it was him. It was him and the machine of the old guard that did this. Wasn't the left that did this to her. Wasn't the left that made her quit. Wasn't the left that did that. We have to do some serious soul searching and decide, what do we want? Because by the midterms, if we don't figure that out, radical leftists are going to have control over this country. And by 2028, you can kiss that presidential election goodbye. And then you can kiss the country goodbye. And then at that point, the only way to save it would be a war. A physical one, not one behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm angry. So, I could have been all over the place, but I'm so disappointed in our movement. I'm disappointed in Trump. I'm disappointed in the leadership of MAGA or America. Really, it's MAGA. I'm disappointed. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. And again, let me be clear, and I'm going to say this now. I don't care what you think. So say whatever the hell you're going to say in the comment sections. Yes, this is called America First AI. I don't use automation when I reply or like comments in the comment section. I actually go through them one at a time, one by one. I do not look at them on Sundays. So if it takes me a minute to get back to some of these comments, I will get back to them. But understand, I don't care what you think. I don't care. To be quite honest with you, this is cathartic. I like saying what I think here on this platform, on Substack, on YouTube. For those of you with short attention spans and can't watch a 45, 46 to an hour long video, you can listen to it on YouTube Music. You can watch it on your television. This channel is not monetized, so you won't have advertisement issues where they take 56 seconds. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Are you upset that she's leaving? If you are, who are you upset with? Do you agree with me that it was the right that did this to her? Do you think we're deserving of good leaders? Remember to like this video, share this video, drop in the comment section, hit the bell so you're always notified. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the Substack newsletter so that way you're getting the America First AI Creative Studio cartoons, which now has to be updated because my Marjorie Taylor character has left the building. So there is no half glass full message here. I know I did that yesterday and I really wanted to try and do that, but no glass half full here. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe to this channel, to America First AI Network on Substack. God bless you all. And until next time.